Look at this dude. Look at this dude.
And we are the dreamers of dreams.
Living life, spinning like a merry-go-round. Traveling all around the world, you know we get around. Good vibes only. You know it's the one and only Justin Bravo. Come on. Yeah, that's my number one homie. Subscribe. Come on.
Yo, Goat Gang, what's going on? Let me tell you, I'm always excited about new tech toys, and today we have a fresh tech toy that just dropped like an hour ago. Yeah. 1 hour ago, it just came out. They just announced it, and I have it right here in my hand. This is the Insta360 One X. This is the X, and let me tell you, I'm really excited about this. Got Dan here. We're gonna do some cool things today because we're gonna play around because this is an action camera. This is about getting all the angles with, you know, because it's 360, it captures everything. And you don't have to worry about where the camera's pointed, which is pretty cool. So we got some e-skate, we got some boards, we're gonna ride around, we're gonna do all kinds of things. This is gonna be a good video. I think this can be the #1 champion of 360 cameras right now. Anyway, let's get right after it. Let's get after the specs. I can't wait to show you what it can do. Okay, so the first thing about the X is they upped the resolution. This guy 100% kicks the butt of its last generation and really all the competition on this market. You have a 5.7K at 30 frames per second. Resolution, it is the top. I mean, I think I don't know any 360 camera that's putting out better resolution than this guy. To me right now, like, the one thing I loved about the Insta360 is I loved all the features. I'll get all into those things, but it didn't beat the competition on resolution. The new one does. It absolutely destroys the competition. Resolution wise, this does all the things. But I want to open up, I want to talk about it. I want you all to see what's happening here with the Insta360 One X. Whew. So we'll pop it out of the box. Here we go. Let's take it out. Let's see what's going on here. I have the Insta360 One because you all saw me, I did a review on that before. I had brought it with me so you can see a comparison between that and the X. Now, the design is radically different. You know, a lot of times these tech companies come out with something new and they say, well, you know, it's faster, it's lighter, whatever, but it looks the same thing. This is dramatically, everything about this is entirely different. Look at this. The older one is a little smaller, but not quite as thin as the new X. You can see the X is super thin, it's super sleek. One thing I will say right off the bat is the display. That's the big improvement right here, is this display. Let's check it out. Let's fire this up and see what's going on. To have a built-in display, the old guy did not have a display built in, and that really was tough. That was really made it brutal when you were trying to figure out what you were doing and recording stuff. That made it really tough. To have this built-in display, to me, is super nice, and you can cycle through menus. You can make sure your settings are right, make sure you're on photo, video mode, or bullet time mode, or whatever the different modes you want to go in. You can do all that right here on the camera. To me, that's a huge upgrade, and I love it over the older one. I do love the touch and feel this. This guy is soft. It's one of those, it's that velvety, I don't know, finish on there that just feels really, really good. Feels very solid, and I like that this is a little bit wider. This is thin. I mean, I can get my hand around like this, but this feels really nicely in the hand. I can't wait to see what it does. Now, it does have all the same features of the older camera, so it has the bullet time. If y'all saw my bullet time videos, and we do a bullet time today, Dan? All right, we'll do a bullet time maybe on the skate or something like that. The bullet time's really cool because we basically swing it around, and they've got special sticks and handles you can order to do it really well, or you can just use a string. But the handles are really nice, and they're fairly cheap. And you just basically twirl it overhead, and you capture a 360-degree, like, slow motion view of whatever you're doing. So those were really cool. I really enjoyed doing those in the past. So we're gonna do one of those. Plus, it does flow state. And what their flow state is basically their stabilization. Now, I did test the older one where I strapped it to my puppy, if you remember. The puppy was running across the field and whatever, and it was just silky smooth. We're gonna try to simulate some stuff. I don't think Dan's gonna do any running with it mounted to his back. Maybe we'll do a puppy test later on. But we're gonna do some other stuff. We're gonna see what the stabilization of the new X is and what it can do there. Now, also, it does do 360 mode, but this is obviously not a 360 video. This is gonna be a constant frame video, obviously, like most of my vlogs. But what's cool about 360 cameras is they over capture. So the idea is that no matter where this camera's pointing, it's capturing everything around us. And then after the fact, we can edit it to make it true, to make it what we want it to be. So if I'm shooting, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on the skateboards, and as we're riding around, if I don't necessarily have it pointed right at Dan the whole time, it doesn't really matter because it's capturing everything. So I can cut to a shot of Dan, I can cut to a shot of my feet, I can cut a shot to the scenery, I get a shot of the clouds, wherever. I'm getting everything no matter what.
What's the plan, dude?
All right, so my thought process is we're gonna mount the X to this bullet time stick they sent me. Now this thing you can buy as an optional accessory, I think it's like 20 bucks. But you can go on here, this thing goes out like 4 feet, and the cool thing about this is I think if I get it high enough, like that, while we're riding around, it'll be kind of like it'll almost be like drone footage. So I wanna play with that first. Let's try that out. And then, you know, worst case, you could always use this as a weapon.
It's gonna be so dope.
All right, let's go.
All right, dude. So I got some boards over there for us. I brought your favorite board from our last review, the Viral. I brought you that guy because I know how much you like it, and you didn't get to ride it that much last time.
I didn't.
All right, so let's do that. So that way you carve up, and I will do my best to capture it with the X.
All right, so got your board, got my board. I'm ready to go. You ready to do this?
Let's do it, dude.
All right, so here's the deal. I think we got some good shots. What do you think, man? Look pretty solid?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Like, all right, so that was just a little taste. That was a little preview I didn't show. I showed you a few little clips real quick of what we did. We had this mounted the entire time. I tried to hold it really tall, look droney. I tried to have stuff a little bit low by the board, but I have no idea because I have not seen the footage. But one shot I did want to get, and that I was really happy with last time with the Insta1, now with the Insta1 X, is the bullet time. So you get this bullet time handle, and this is crazy deal. Like this right here is next level. You see, if you follow me on Insta, you've probably seen some of this stuff, or you watch other videos, we've done this, but basically we take this, now I'll extend it out all the way. Right now it's obviously just collapsed. Basically we'll take this and we're gonna rotate it around our head. This is called bullet time, and it records it like in super slow motion. So it will get a complete, this is like Matrix style, complete 360-degree video of us going. Now I wanna try this while on the board. I've never had a bullet time handle. Last time I did it with a string and it looked good, but I think this is gonna look amazing. So I wanted to get this real quick. Dan, let's get this footage and then we'll go back. Let's maybe sit on this bench over there and we'll look at it in the editor, and so we can see exactly what the editing process is like. But I'm super excited about this. Bullet time, let's try it. It's such a weird feeling trying to rotate this while trying to also control the handle. Did I look silly or funny?
You looked ridiculous.
I didn't look amazing?
Yeah.
I felt like I was raiding a village. I felt like I was like, you know, hide your women and children. Anyway, you want to try it?
Yeah, dude, let's go.
All right, dude. I want to see if you can do it, dude. It's a little weird, like left-handed, right-handed.
I'm a little bit scared.
But I think you can pull it off. Like I believe in you. So here you go. Let's trade camera.
Look at this dude. Look at this dude. So let's plug this into the phone. So I want to show you what this footage looks like so you have a good idea, and that way people at home, they know exactly how dope all that is.
Yeah.
Did you feel awesome?
I felt amazing. It's gonna be super cool.
If you want, you can just borrow that and just do this all the time wherever we're at.
Yeah, I mean it's good forearm workout, so I need to build those.
Hope that footage looks pretty dope. We're about to see right now because I have it right here in this little holder that comes in the box with the X. Take it right here. I went ahead and pulled the iPhone cable out because I got that iPhone Life. Pop it in here. Now let's launch the app. We'll put it there. I want you to see, have you ever seen any of this editing type footage?
No, not yet.
All right, this thing's crazy. This thing's unique. You've never seen anything like this. This thing is really can show you all the 360 footage, but we'll be able to do the pinpointing, the tracking, and all the great things. Like, it's gonna be insane. Let's get after it right now. Look at this little preview. You can kind of see what's happening here. Now we can roll through it. Complete 360. Look at all this capture it got.
That is so cool.
All the way around, you being ridiculous, some selfie mode. But you can go all the way around through this video. So now after we scroll through the different aspects of what we want, so basically I want to just follow you the entire time. So we push and hold and we do smart track. So now it's smart tracking you this entire time. Wow. So when we go to import this into a fixed frame, it's gonna have nothing but the footage of you in there. Everything else is erased. It's gonna be fixed frame. Now it's using the flow state, so it's stabilizing that footage. And watch, see as I get closer to you, it's still gonna be focusing on you the whole time, no problems. Now I hit stop and say, you know what, at this point in the game,
I really rather it focus on me now. So let's chase Smart Track right here, and now it's just gonna follow me the entire time. So that when we go to export this, our fixed frame is gonna be a shot of me. Or another thing you can do is say, you know what, during this part right here, I want you to focus right here on this pivot point. Right here, then as we get right here, a little further up into the frame, I want you to pivot here. And then as we get a little bit further in the frame, I want you to pivot onto this car. And then I want you to go right here, you know, whatever, do the Smart Track in view.
And what's cool about that, and my favorite thing about the 360 cameras, is that over capture. So we got all the footage, we got everything we needed, and you, as a creator, now we get to control what we want the fixed frame to ultimately look like. So I can pivot from that truck to you, to me. Now I held it up really high for a while, then I did it really low, then I focused on the board, and all those shots should be in there when we can figure out how we want to transition. If we want to make it so it slides this way or glide, whatever we want to do with the camera view, we can do because we captured everything with the X. I'm really excited about the resolution. It looked really sharp, looked pretty clean. It is high dynamic range, so you have the HDR in there. I think that is a super win. I can't wait to piece it together, but I'm not gonna do that right now because it's gonna take a few minutes to get this thing edited so it looks nice and smooth and buttery, got all the things. Go gang. Dan and I, we are gonna go, let's go somewhere and sit down. We're gonna sit down in the grass. We're gonna edit this thing out. We're gonna get it all looking good. Then we're gonna put it right here. It's gonna happen right now so y'all can see it. And let me know what you think. Stabilization, all the over capture. Mind you, we did all this off the X. It's all off one camera, and we'll integrate that bullet time that I didn't show you a preview of because I don't want you to see it until you see it. And I'm really excited about it. Dan, you ready?
Let's do it, man.
Whoa, dude, I'll tell you right now, I wasn't sure how some of that stuff was gonna flow together, but I think it came together beautifully. What did you think of the bullet time?
I can't believe how easy that was, like editing it on your phone. And
What, like 20, 30 minutes?
yeah,
It was
easy,
It was
super
super
simple.
easy, super quick. It really takes away that editor's pain. Except for then we got to import it in Final Cut and all this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what the cool thing is. So if you are not a vlogger, if you just want to edit your footage right there on the phone, you can do all of it right then and there. What we do, and I always have had people ask me in the past on the 360 where we cut it up, is basically we edit it here, then we import it onto the MacBook, and then we put in our normal Final Cut Pro so we can cut it up the way we want. To me, that seems like the easiest way to do it, and I don't know, for me is the nicer workflow with the vlog, but if you are editing just for funsies, then you could do it right there from the phone, and you can upload to Facebook and all the things. So for $3.99, I think it's an absolute steal. You get all the videography, all the photography, you got all the things you need for an action camera, and to me, like I said, if you're snowboarding or anything like that, you always know you're getting the right shot. That was the biggest thing last time I went snowboarding, was that I was trying to get that action camera to make sure it was facing me, but then also I was seeing these sweet shots of the mountain. With this type, with the 360 camera, with the X, you don't have to worry about it. You're always gonna get the shot. Go gang, let me know if you pick it up. Let's link up on Instagram, at Justin Bravo, at I am Daniel Gavlan. Link up with him too. I'll put his channel in the description as well. I'll put a link to the Insta360 One X in the description as well, so you can also pick that up, and you can subscribe, and you can buy, and you can do all the things. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and go gang. Until tomorrow, be great. All right, dude. Hey, you want to get some coffee?
yeah, dude, let's get some
Coffee editing. We'll plan the next thing. I'm still sore from the workout. The workout vlogs are coming very soon. If you want to see it, go to Dan's channel. He's got them all up. You can see us getting ripped. I don't know about ripped, but we're trying to get fit.